Welcome to our Dracula unit. Before we can start reading the novel, there's a couple things we need to keep in mind. I've already mentioned that we're going to be reading the novel, looking at it from a couple different perspectives. So one, we need to keep in mind who the characters are and what they're doing in the plot. But two, we're also going to be looking through the different schematic lenses that we've been talking about all semester. To track these perspectives, you're going to be using two different types of tracking strategies. One strategy is that you're going to be using the reading quests that are already in your packet to help you with the characters and the novel plot. And two, you're going to be color coding the different lenses. To color code, you're going to need some colored highlighters, colored pens, or colored post-its, or maybe a combination of all three. The best way to track it, I think, is that we're going to use blue and green colors for monsters, and then yellow and orange colors for contagion and disease, and then pink or red colors for sexuality and gender. It might be helpful to do a quick review of the different lenses that we've discussed all semester. So our very first lens was the monsters unit, and you might want to even stop this video here so that you can pause and take a look at them. But some of the readings we covered were Stephen King and his idea that we're mentally ill, Perry Curtis's description on the Whitechapel murders and what was happening with Jack the Ripper, and Bruno Bettelheim, who talked about horror stories and fairy tales. Our next unit was on contagion and disease, so this is going to be our yellow or orange colors. In this unit, we had an additional 3 readings. We had Von Dam and Von Lerberg, who talked about fear being really important when it comes to epidemic and controlling epidemic diseases. There was Danilo, who talked about disease being a symbol for vampires and zombies, and then also Toombs, who talked about the evolution of germ theory. And finally, we come to our last unit, which was our sex and gender unit. So this will be our pink or red color code. We had 3 essays, one from Stephen March, who talked about the modern carnal crisis we're in and our sexual norms. We had Dominguez Rue, who was focused on the Victorian age and those gender roles, anorexia and misogyny. And then, of course, we had Freud, who brought us into the realms of sexual repression and what is normal and not normal. So keeping these perspectives in mind, find your color coding strategy and you'll want to stick with it as you read the novel. I can't wait to see what kind of patterns you'll find.